welcome to another episode of My Garage. Today we're going to be looking at my vintage Homelite XL-12. Currently a project saw. It doesn't run. Well, I had it running. The carburetors need to be adjusted. You can see in here some of the paint's worn off, but I actually did take it apart, clean it, use my air compressor. That works best for getting sawdust, debris out. Now the saw does have good compression. This is the manual oiler version. I saw a couple of videos on YouTube already of the XL-12s. I don't know if the carburetor needs to be adjusted or rebuilt or a new one put on it. I'm hoping to get it running and use it. I got a lot of use in this saw. It was made from, I'd say about 68 to mid 80s. So it's a good saw. It's a popular saw. They did make a limited edition model. This is, however, just the regular XL. And at the time, it was the world's most famous lightweight chainsaw. Replaced a new spark plug, fresh oil, stuff like that. I just wish I could get it running. So this is my old boy right here, the Homelite XL-12. You will actually see me doing some updates. I will be working on this as soon as I can get some parts for it, and when I get those in, I'll take you along with me as I rebuild the chainsaw, and that's about it on this piece. Alright, now we're going to disassemble this Craftsman I showed you in the last episode. Here. Needs a little maintenance done on it, so I'm going to take the sprocket and bar cover off. What we're going to do is we're going to clean it out, adjust the chain, make sure everything's on the up and up here. Like I said, if you're spitting out big chunks and your chain's sharpened, that means that your chain is sharpened to the right way and that it has less buildup in here. If you get finer and finer sawdust, it's going to clog all this up. So when you open this up, it's going to look like this. Sorry, shaky camera image here. Now this is all working fine. I'm just going to check all this stuff out here, get the sawdust out of here, and blow it off with the air compressor. Okay, now what you're going to do is, after you've removed the chain, slide this back. Just inspect the guide bar. Make sure all the oil holes here are cleaned out, nothing's gummed up in there, because that'll lead to poor oil flow, and then your chain will heat up and warp. That's always a pain to deal with, because then you either have to take it off and try to straighten it out or get a new chain, and chains for this run about $23 a pop. If you're lucky, you can get a 2-chain pack for maybe $30. So what you want to do is you want to clean off all this gunk right here, and each time that you take the chain off of the chainsaw, what you're going to do is you're going to flip it upside down, because when the chain rides, it'll wear both sides of the bar evenly. Top, this was the top, now at the bottom you're just going to flip it over like this. You want to double check, make sure the oil hole from the engine is ready to go. Just put this back on there and make sure there's nothing in the bar itself. Now when you're putting the chain back on, you're going to first double check, make sure it's the right side. And when you're putting a chain on, you have to look at this part right here. These have to be facing away from the saw, like this. So when they come down, they cut. So make sure you put that on there. If you put it on backwards and you start up the saw and you start cutting through a piece of wood, you'll know it. As soon as you touch the saw to the wood, you'll be like, oh, my chain's on backwards. Gotta take it back off. Which, that could be a pain in the ass sometimes, but gotta do what you gotta do. Now what you're gonna do, this has an in-bar easy chain adjustment, Craftsman started. You're gonna just give that a twist there. Make sure everything's on the up and up. Make sure it's not too tight. Now, once you have that set in there, you gotta put this back on, like so. Line up the holes. Now, when you put these back on, you want to make sure you put these on finger tight, because you need these a little loose so you can move the bar once it's on there. And then once the bar is where you want it, where the chain isn't too tight or too loose, you can go ahead and tighten these back up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check my chain. Okay, everything looks good. It's not too tight, not too loose. And just go ahead and tighten these back up. And you should be good to go. Alright, now, just make sure these are on tight. You want them to hold it, because they ultimately hold the bar from sliding front or back, mainly frontwards. Just tighten them up there. Double check it again. Perfect. It's still loose. So now what I'm going to have to do, since I serviced this, took the chain off, I got to put oil in it. My Steel brand bar and chainsaw lubricant. I recently went to the local steel dealer here up in Pennsylvania, and I purchased a leaf blower from them, the BG55, and they gave me a free, I guess it's a gallon, yeah, a gallon of bar and chain oil. Alright, that's enough advertisement for steel products. I'm just going to go ahead and put oil in this, start it up, let the oil get in there, and then the chainsaw will be maintained. This episode will conclude full maintenance on this saw. Thanks.